Hi, everyone.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the official graduation for the first FI Malaysia cohort. As we get it going in, I would like to just kind of say a few words about the FI program to set the tone for what all of the graduating participants have gone through. So I'm going to share my screen back and share a bit of a presentation. As we go through this, we'll basically do an introduction, as I said. I'll go through the presentation. We'll do some contributing thoughts from all of the directors that have been involved in this cohort. And then we'll do the sneak peek of the startups, where each of them will do a very short presentation about who they are and what they're doing. Considering the time frame for this, we're not going to do the full length pitches. If anyone is interested in any of these companies, certainly do connect, reach out. I'd be happy to help connect and steer the conversation. But we'll do that sneak peek, and then we'll wrap up with some closing thoughts on the cohort, perhaps some advice and lessons learned. And if anyone has any questions along the way, you can type it into the comment box or save it until the end, and we'd be happy to address any questions about the program, about the graduation, or if the graduating cohort stays on the line, if you have a question for them, I'm sure they'd be happy to chime in as well. So let's talk a bit about the FI program. So the Founder Institute is a global network. It is the world's largest pre-seed startup accelerator. When you think of a global footprint, this is a very, very global footprint where we're in 90 plus countries and frequently multiple cities within many of those countries. As you can see across the Western Hemisphere, throughout Europe, Africa, throughout Asia, and now we are back in Malaysia. Over the course of the period that Founder Institute has been operating, it's helped launch more than 5,000 companies. It's been able to do that because it has a network of over 20,000 mentors that are often localized to the specific country and regions that they're operating in, so that we can take this Silicon Valley curriculum and localize it with a network of mentors that have the boots on the ground in the markets where these companies are operating at, so that we can optimize the advice and assistance that we are able to provide. At the current point, the portfolio value of all of these companies that we have assisted in accelerating is in excess of $20 billion US, and companies in the alumni network have raised funding in excess of $1 billion. So it truly is a successful program that has launched many, many companies and have seen many of those succeed. It's not without its challenges post-program, but certainly getting off on the right foot is a step in the right direction. And when we look at going into why we're doing this, it really comes down to one of the statements that the co-founder Adeo Resi has said, where he's noted that there is no shortage of problems facing humanity, but there is a shortage of ambitious entrepreneurs trying to solve them. And that's what Founder Institute is positioned to try and address by enabling a system that's been proven over time and across geographies to help plug in those gaps and enable more entrepreneurs to be able to tackle these very difficult challenges and to be able to create meaningful, scalable, large companies that can solve major pain points and problem statements across the globe. Now, Founder Institute just isn't a one-time program. Certainly, that's the biggest step in getting across that threshold is to go through our core program. And that's what we're celebrating here today, is the graduation of that core program, a very intensive 4-month program designed to get initial traction so that the companies that come out of it are positioned to go on and get funding. We focus on key concepts like customer and market validation. We go on and cover topics like the team, the go-to-market, and many, many other topics where across these 4 months, each week has a different theme. And throughout that time period, we're working on the pitch and the storyline of how the company is being able to position so that it can then go on and have those conversations with potential funders. And as I said, this is just the first step in the process. We have designed an entire network, an entire ecosystem of additional programs where companies that the graduates out of the core program, they get free lifetime access to a number of different postgraduate support programs. The next in the line is really the Founder Lab, where companies can get access to the Funding Lab, which is another accelerator run out of our HQ, where it's focused on getting that lead investor within 6 months. Once you've gone through the core program and you've gotten your validation, you've gotten a little bit further along your way of getting that initial traction, it's now time to go out and try and start securing that funding so that you can really start taking off. We also have other programs like the Product Market Fit Lab, the Venture Lab, and we're in process of launching a number of other programs that will be rolling out soon that we're very excited about announcing in the near future. Beyond that, there's the Alumni Support Network, and we've also developed a VC Lab accelerator that is launching more venture capital firms across the globe and creating a network across these VCs that the graduates of our core program can tap into when they're going out for funding. It doesn't necessarily mean that the thesis of every single VC firm that we're going to accelerate is a perfect match, but it gives a network of additional options that we're able to create this ecosystem. Now, when we talk about this first cohort, I want to show the statistic up here. When we launched this first cohort, we had a little bit shy of 100 people apply to get into the program. Out of that, just 26 of those were accepted. So only about 1 in 4, roughly 25% of the applicants were accepted. So it's a very exclusive selection process in order to be able to get into the program. Out of those 26, over the course of this 4-month program, only 12 graduates have come out the other side. It is a hard program. The program is intentionally designed to be hard because building a startup and launching a startup is very hard. So in order for us to prepare you, building an enduring business is much, much harder than this program, but we need to prepare you for that. So there's no kid gloves in this program. We put you through an aggressive business growth sprints throughout the process every week for 4 months. And you only survive at these various checkpoints if you are succeeding. And this is how we end up preparing companies to come out of the other side of this. It is a grueling process. I understand many of the graduates out of here, if you get them to the side or otherwise, I'm sure can tell you about the time spent and the challenges in fulfilling the obligations of getting through the program, but it is intentionally designed to be hard. So with that, I think it's necessary in order to give a big congratulations to this set of new graduates that FI Malaysia is fortunate enough to have worked with over the course of these last 4 months. And we'll hear from them shortly, but I just want to do the little logo form of all of the companies up here. But before we transition, We'll get to each of these companies. We'll end up doing a short presentation to give you a little bit more info about who they are, what they do, and why we're all so excited about them. But before I do, I just want to open it up to my fellow directors to give a couple of additional comments about what has gone on over the course of this last 4 months, and perhaps to give some additional context to the sharing here. So I'm gonna drop that, and perhaps Sharon, if you could unmute and provide a few comments on this last 4 months here.
Yes, thanks, Kevin. First of all, I really want to congratulate each and every one of you for making it this far. It has been great seeing all of you started at the beginning and how much you have evolved throughout the entire program. I just want to keep it short that you guys are part of the alumni. Please reach out to us whenever you are making progress, you need some advice, or you just want to have a chat with us. Please reach out anytime in the future. And definitely wishing you all a successful journey down the entrepreneur road. And once again, congratulations to all of you. And I'll pass it to Chris.
Thanks, Sharon. Yeah,
Yeah.
want to second that. My congratulations to all the graduates. Met you guys, going back about 5 months or so, and we were talking about you guys coming into the program, and some of them we really didn't know how you'd go, but I think the ones that have graduated, you've done amazingly well. You've proved that you've got resilience and grit, and as in most things in life, success is the intersection between opportunity and preparedness. So I think we've got you a little bit more prepared for the world of being a successful startup, and it's only onwards and upwards now, and go find more customers. Thanks.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much for that. So now I'm sure everyone is very anxious to see who these graduates are. So let's start off with the list, and I'm going to do first one here with Gen C. So if I could ask Shook to unmute yourself, and we'd love to hear your short presentation about what Gen C is.
Awesome, thank you. Hi, everyone. Let me just share my screen real quick. Are you guys able to see?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So, hi, everyone. I'm Shook, a founder of 3 different agencies in the tech, sales, and marketing space. Our product, Gen C, is an agency management platform that helps agencies scale affordably by systemizing and automating operations through the use of workflows, and it caters to the entire business. So the hardest problem with scaling an agency is that it requires every function of the business to perform like clockwork. So a lot of agencies usually hire huge headcount, or they pay for various different tools, which are still fragmented and expensive. Our solution is then to automate manual processes using workflows and features that sit natively on our platform. We are similar to other project management tools, but we go beyond just project management and address high-impact, high-cost use cases like what you see on the screen. This is an end-to-end example where a client basically, they sign an agreement, is onboarded, delivered their service, and then built. All of these features automated by Gen C's native features, and it sits within our platform. So our team is made of ex-agency folks and current agency people, where we know the firsthand challenges of how scaling an agency looks like. And the entire founding team comes from tech, sales, and marketing industries. We are currently launching our MVP, and today we are raising $225,000 to help us reach 8,000 users and hit 3 million ARR over the next 2 years. Thanks, everyone. It's just a little bit about me and Gen C.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Shook. Let's hear from our next graduate out of the cohort, which is ADA Biotech. Akmal, could you unmute yourself?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right. Okay, let me share my screen. All right. Okay. So, all right. Okay, I'm Akmal, CEO and co-founder of AADA or ADA Biotech Sdn Bhd. So ADA Biotech Sdn Bhd, we produce an eco-friendly straw. So this is some of our product pictures here. As you can see, we are already certified with vegan friendly, 100% natural, and safe. So what is ADA straw? ADA straw is the solution to replace the single-use plastic. So made from broken rice and tapioca. And this is some benefits of a straw, which is ocean safe, gluten-free, consumable, no preservative, no microplastic, and non-GMO. So it is 100% biodegradable. So it can use up to 2 hours, and for hot drink, it's not suitable for hot drinks. So this is how our straw decompose in the normal condition within 89 days. And this is some of the straw size that we provide to customer, 7.5, 13. We have seed straw for tequila or something, yeah, club drinks. So we also do customization. So yeah, this is the certification such as FDA, ISO, HACCP, and also of course we have a halal because our straw is edible straw. So we use a plastic-free packaging as well. And this is some present within our straw and other straw out there, which is PLA, paper, and plastic. So we have won a Swiss Innovation Challenge on 2021 for this straw innovative because we mix with some agricultural waste in our product. And also we win the JCI award, which is Sustainable Development Goal Award, Life Below Water, number 14, because our straw can be used as marine life food as well. And so this is some part of our Go Green partner, and we supply locally and globally, such as Philippines, Singapore, Indonesia, Fiji Island, and Japan. So thank you. Approach us for more information. All right.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Let's move on to our next one and talk about AI Love Code, which is John. John, if you could unmute yourself.
Yeah, I will do it without slide. Okay. Creating a website can be time consuming, and building a quality website requires even more time and effort. Hi everyone, my name is John. My project AI Love Code, which is a web-based AI tools, they aim to help web developers build websites faster and easier. Users simply need to provide a description of the desired website, and the tools will convert it into a website with the source code together. By 2030, our target market for developers that are using no-code solutions is estimated to be 120 billion. In comparison to other no-code tools, our tools is easy to use and no vendor login. Unlike AI tools such as ChatGPT, our primary focus is website generation. We currently have 50 users on the waiting list, indicating their interest in our product. With over 10 years of experience in software development and the knowledge of AI, our team is confident to make this project a success. We are looking for 500K USD investment with 10% of equity for 18 months financing to generate USD 1 million revenue. AI Love Code, empowering developers with AI to enhance website creation. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much, John. So let's go to our next graduate, which is Sophia. Sophia, could you tell us about what you are working at?
Yes, sure. All right. I will do this without slides as well. Hi, everyone. I'm Sophia, co-founder of TechUp. In just 2 years, AI went mainstream. As seasoned entrepreneurs and robotics education pioneers in Malaysia, this is our moment. Educators struggle to bridge traditional teaching with Industry 4.0 tech. Our solution, a gamified simulator to simplify complex STEM teaching. Our CEO and CTO, with a decade of experience in IoT and education, created a digital twin of a robot from Japan, empowering educators to equip students for the tech workforce. Our software grew 10x in 2 years, experienced by more than 500 schools in Malaysia and Japan. Half are paid accounts. Our aim is to be APAC's #1 STEM solutions provider. To do this, we are seeking funders and collaborators. With tech and education allies backed by the startup ecosystem, together we are the architects of the future. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Sophia. Let's go over to Carly. Carly, if you could unmute yourself and tell us about what you're working at.
Yep, you can hear me? I'll go
Yes.
without slide as well.
Yeah, can.
Hello, I'm Carly, the founder of Rainmaker Max. I've been in the drinking water industry for 15 years, gaining much experience ranging from on-ground sales to production and distribution. I would like to introduce Rainmaker's first no-water water purifier capable of transforming all types of water into potable, safe drinking water, transforming the lives of families dependent on untreated groundwater. Thousands of businesses and homes are affected by declining water quality and rising costs. Conventional filters often fall short, leaving people searching for a better solution. That's where we come in. With Rainmaker, you don't need filters or membranes. Our technology imitates rain's natural purification, yielding consistent, top-tier water quality from any source. This slashes landfill waste, curbs filters disposal, and trims carbon footprint tied to energy-intensive filter making. Imagine the impact. Our client in Jakarta saved 160,000 over the past 4 years using our Rainmaker, which contributed to them achieving green building certification. So we are looking for a funding of 500,000 to help us kick off our first 100 units to bring to the market. That's all. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Carly. And let's move over to Yasmin and Lakar.
Hold on for a while. Let me share my screen. This is what I bought. Hold on. All right.
There we go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Yasmin from Laka Technologies. We are an edutech company specializing in building generative visual learning content for educators. So for more than 10 years, my company have been engaging learners across Southeast Asia, specifically with educators, to upskill their teaching quality. And this is what we discover. So most of the time, educators are not competent in visual literacy, and most of the time they don't have enough time to create visual learning materials. So the irony is 65% of our general populations are visual learners. And when the visual learners couldn't see something visually engaging materials, they tend to struggle to process information during the class. And what more, when they can't remember in the class, it's very hard for them to recall what that the educators have covered during the class. So our solution is to create real-time production of personalized visual learning content utilizing the power of generative AI. So imagine this, teachers as a subject matter don't have to worry about preparing their materials, their slides. They can just go into the class, engage the student, and without having to worry so much about all that preparation, we have Laka at the side to capture all the engagement during class. This would mean the educators would save time from creating the content. They can if they want to. It's just that when we have this technology, educators don't have to be stressed out about preparing their materials. And we have been doing this manually using marker, pen, and pencil to teach educators on how to use visual learning literacy in their class. And we just feel that how might we accelerate this by automate the whole process. So currently we are in the midst of building our POC. So in short, we are building real-time speech to visual learning content transcription software using generative AI. Our prototype will be ready by October. If you're interested to test our groundbreaking prototype, just reach out to me at laka.ai. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Yasmin. And let's go over to Yetmi.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Yetmi. I'm going to try and, but I think I would just do without. So, my name is Yetmi. I'm from Mayprince and Sdn Bhd. We are eco-friendly detergent boutique manufacturer. 1 out of 2 people in the world suffer from sensitive skin, and that includes newborns. And detergent is the #1 cause of contact dermatitis, sensitive skin, and the #1 pollutant in the world. So what we did at Mayprince was, after 8 years of research, we came up with our own range of eco-friendly detergent that is plant-based and made with food-grade ingredients. It is under the brand Eco Minim, Minim as in minimal impact to the environment. And our products are made without SLES or formaldehyde ingredients, which you will commonly read in a lot of detergents currently. Our products have been proven to be effective by more than 300 customers who have used them even in full-on eczema flare-up and have actually not been affected, or even in fact have even improved in their situation because of simply not being exposed to toxic ingredients. And our product has been certified by Cerim EcoCert as biodegradable and has received the My Hijau mark from MGTC, Malaysian Green Climate Agency Council, that recognizes it as biodegradable. And we are looking for $250,000 US for investment. So if you are interested to expand our team and build the brand traction, so if you are interested to save the world like we are, please give me a call. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Let's go over to Amrit next. Amrit, can you unmute yourself?
Yep, I'm going to do it without slides. Hi, everyone. Amrit here. My company, Complement, develops eco-friendly luxury scented candles for working class millennials and Gen Zs who value the transparency of materials that they consume. So these individuals are plagued by 2 main issues, which are the negative environmental implications and health and safety implications posed by your traditional candles. What sets us apart is our candles are actually tech-enabled via NFC chips to authenticate the entire supply chain, and we pair each candle scent to a Spotify playlist curated by an algorithm. Traction-wise, we have made over 1,000 candles in our kitchen, pre-sold over 200 candles before securing Pestle and Mortar Clothing as our first ever stockist. Currently, we are actually supplying the PR kits for Yuna's latest album launch, and are in talks with Zeus Coffee for a collab. We have 2 forms of revenue generation, which are D2C via our website and in-person pop-ups, and D2B via corporate gifting. And we also aim to capture 10% of the 50 billion ringgit global candle market in the next 5 years. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Amrit. And let's move over next to Arun to talk about Talent Store.
Sure. So I'm just going to be sharing my screen.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Arun Nagraja. I'm the CEO and founder of Talent Store. So I want to welcome you to Talent Store, which is a digital marketplace connecting HR professionals to corporate training solution providers. We aim to simplify training access for everyone. There are a couple of big problem statements that we are trying to solve. Number one, I think not enough of us are getting trained on an annual basis. Sadly, that number is about 9% today. Secondly, in Malaysia specifically, we have a corporate levy that is imposed on most organizations. Today, we collect about 2.3 billion annually, but we only use 40%. So there is a huge gap that we aim to solve. But ultimately, when you look at the customer, there are 2 big pain points that they face. Finding a solution provider efficiently and within a few days or even a few seconds. And secondly, understanding the supplier quality. Right, I think these 2 big challenges really lead to inefficiencies in the industry. And that's what we want to solve with Talent Store by creating a one-stop marketplace for any corporate learning solution providers needs, right? Where you can find your solutions within a few seconds. You can connect directly to suppliers on the platform, so there isn't a need to go off platform and to use traditional word of mouth methods. And lastly, you can also find out quality about the supplier without having to leave the platform. So everything is within that Talent Store. So think of us as Agoda for corporate learning. In summary, I think Talent Store really wants to transform the corporate learning space to make it a lot more accessible. And we really believe that learning success starts with access. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Arun. Let's go over next to Faizi and We Care.
Chronic disease is the #1 killer in the world, and 1 in every 11 Malaysians are diagnosed with diabetes, one of the highest rate in this region. I had personal experience dealing with chronic patients. My mother is a stage 4 cancer survivor, and my father died due to heart disease complications. When the patients return home from treatment in the hospital, there are 3 main problems. First, the patient don't get the proper care at home. Second, caretakers are not healthcare professionals and they don't know how to provide the right care. And third, hospitals don't get feedback and could not do day-to-day follow-up. As a result, treatments become longer and cost more over time. There is a clear gap and disconnect between patient and care providers at home. And what if there is an enterprise that can bridge the gap by enabling personal care and monitoring services to enable better patient care, improve patient outcome, and save costs? So we want to build that bridge. My name is Faizi from We Care Company. We want to build digital health platform and monitoring services for chronic patients. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And last but certainly not least is Pintadan and Joy Ginting.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Wait a second. Hi, I'm Joy Ginting, founder of Pintarin. We build social trading platform to help traders enter the digital financial instrument market through automation by emulates top traders transaction. Digital financial instruments carry high risk and high return, but pose difficult challenge to invest. More than 80% of novice traders failed when entering the market. Lack of knowledge and experience is the main problem for the novice traders. But we know that there are also many traders who are successful and get consistent profit over a long period of time. And we believe that emulating top traders' transaction can help the novice or struggling traders. Our solution, we build social trading platform. A novice or struggling trader can emulate the transaction of top traders through automation using our technology. Through our mobile application, novice or struggling trader can select the top traders to emulate the transaction. Join us now. We are raising $2 million for the next tax of funding. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So that is the cohort. Very excited to see what comes next for the rest of the cohort. Sorry, we have one that's missing that is unfortunately not able to make today's program, which is Medic Footprints and Selena. I will not be able to do justice to her presentation myself, but I will give it a go, at least a short sentence or two, just so that people can know who else was in here. But essentially, what she's building is a community-based platform in order to connect medical professionals and provide them with knowledge and opportunities for alternative career pathways outside of the hospital. Really interesting backstory for her. Again, we'll have to reconnect as she can do much better justice to her presentation than I, but certainly do look up Medic Footprints as they will be making an impact within the medical community in Malaysia and beyond over the coming years. So that is our 12 graduating cohorts, 12 members of our graduating cohort. I think from me personally, as I look back over the course of these 4 months, I've seen a lot of growth and development of all of the companies as we've gone through all of the variety of sprints. I've seen these presentations evolve over time, various iterations, getting sharpened up, and with each week that has passed, I've definitely noticed a substantial change in how each and every one of these founders is addressing the next stages of their companies. I think many of these you'll start hearing more and more about them, and we're very privileged to have had them in our Founder Institute cohort. And I think going forward, I'm very eager to see many of them take advantage of our continuing education programs, whether it's Funding Lab, Product Market Fit Lab, or any of these additional programs. And if there's any network of investors that are keen on exploring more with any of our graduating cohort, you can always reach out directly to them. You can reach out directly to me. Either way, we'd love to get you connected to them. So I think that's my closing thoughts on this cohort. Sharon or Chris, do you have any closing thoughts as we wrap up this section of the evening?
Okay, it's me, Sharon here. Yeah, I think I echo what Kevin says. It definitely has been very interesting to see your journey here in FI Malaysia. And we certainly would love to see your progress in the future. And as Kevin said, please take advantage of what FI Network has to offer. And certainly reach out for whatever reasons that you may have with your company, or you just want to chat, like I mentioned before. We'd really like to, keep us posted with what you are going through, right? And I hope to see all of you in the future as well. Chris?
Thanks, Sharon.
Yeah, maybe one thing I would mention is, as you guys know, we're the three of us are all part of venture funds. So we talked to a lot of companies that are a little bit further along than you guys. One thing I would say is that, customer acquisition is the most important thing for most of you guys right now. And secondly, also is think outside of just Malaysia, think of regional, think of global. And give yourself a pat on the back for getting through this program, but this is just the beginning, as you guys know. Go celebrate, either tonight or on the weekend or whatever, however which way you like to celebrate, and then dust yourself down again and get going again. So congratulations. And yeah, keep in touch.
Fantastic. The hard work continues. Again, this is just the first step in the journey. And there's much, much hard work that is going to be required of you going forward. And I would like to echo both the sentiments of both Sharon and Chris there. Do start thinking about a grander vision and maintaining your thoughts on something big. As you go on, keep on thinking about how you're going to end up going above and beyond. And as Sharon said, please always remember that FI is for the graduates, it's FI for life. Once you're a graduate, you're constantly within the alumni network. So there's a lot of resources that we provide and ongoing education. So I hope that everyone ends up taking advantage of all of that. And for anyone out there that's watching this graduation celebration that is thinking about entrepreneurship or know somebody that's thinking about entrepreneurship, we are getting ready to start the beginning phases for our next upcoming cohort, which is going to start in November. So if anyone wants, after hearing how hard the program is and is still interested in pursuing all of the difficult work and such that these folks have gone through, please do go onto our website at fi.co, and you can see more information about the curriculum. You can see the information about the program, and do take the opportunity to take our founder DNA test and see whether or not you could qualify to be part of our upcoming cohort. And so with that, I think the only thing that is important to reiterate again is I'll share my screen here and say congratulations to the new graduates. It is truly an accomplishment in order to go through this program. It is not easy. We showed you the graduation rates from applications to enrollment to graduation. It is not an easy accomplishment. So again, a huge congratulations to all of the graduating class. And I'm sure that there's many, many fantastic things that are coming your direction. So again, thank you all. Hopefully you give yourself a nice pat on the back and a bit of celebration, as Chris has said.
Thank you, Kevin.
So with that, I would like to say good night to everyone. Not quite an evening, it's still light out, but we'll end it here. And I want to give another great congratulations and a thank you to all of the non-cohort members that have tuned in or are watching the replay of this celebration. Thank you all. And hopefully we'll see you again in the future.
Yes.
Kevin.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Kevin. Thanks,
Guys,
Sharon. Thanks,
thank
Chris.
you.
Thanks,
Bye, everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Congratulations,
everyone.
all.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.